Chris Byer.
Chris Bowling.
Brad Johnson.
How are you, Brad?
Brad?
I'm doing great.
Bottom Line Thursday newsletter came out last week, so we're excited to talk about all the new updates. You had one.
I like the one that we've got out there. It's we've got a statement from the IRS on a double dipping tax scheme. So when the IRS makes a ruling, you know that it's been going on for quite some time.
That's true. This one's kind of fun, and actually, what's that? Oh, I'm horrible with those phrases, but you wait long enough, and some of these things finally come back around. Yeah. There was a tax scheme out there that some unscrupulous, well, I'm not sure if they're insurance agents, but folks were pitching to employers, basically saying, follow our quote unquote wellness program. By doing this, you have to require everyone go through this wellness program. You can effectively cut your payroll taxes in half, take roughly half their pay, and force them to listen to some spiel on voluntary benefits. And then as long as they go through that, they'll get some of that money back, and we won't have to worry about counting that as true payroll.
Yeah.
Have you folks ever had a client approach you with that, and you had to spend a good hour or two talking to compliance to say this doesn't feel or sound right?
Yeah, we've had clients approached by it. I know we have been approached by it as well. And in my history with voluntary benefits, it was a great idea to try to sell more worksite benefits, but it didn't feel right, because yes, you were truly taking half their paycheck out as a as a payroll deduction, and then giving it back to them tax free. I mean, that even if it was the greatest program in the world, and it actually was doing something to help their wellness, you're still giving them tax-free money back. It just didn't make sense.
So our experience was with a client, and our client got us on the phone with the law firm and the firm that was supporting this. And this guy's, here's the white paper from the top legal firm in the country that says this is legal and blah, blah, blah. And my response was, I've seen those before on other products that all blew up. So I don't care about your dumb white paper that was written by a law firm that you decided to pay $50,000 to give you the get out of free jail card, which, by the way, doesn't actually work with the IRS,
Right.
Both of us, he was just going on. I mean, do you remember how loud he was about it? And, I can't believe you guys don't think this is real. And I'm like, I believe it is real. But I also believe our clients going to owe a ton of taxes.
It'd be a big, real problem.
Yeah.
So we've heard, I'm going to say this has been at least 10 years that I've heard this concept.
Yeah, I tend to have it come up every so often in the same result, and I've seen that same thing. The good thing is now we finally have an IRS memo to point to say, I think officially they say if you do this, you'll be in deep doo-doo. I think that's the official IRS stance.
That's the official. Yes.
Okay, maybe not deep doo-doo, but they say will result in the IRS getting the taxes back plus interest plus penalties.
Ooh.
I think that's probably the more appropriate response, but we finally have something to point to. So they can hold up their false legal paper, and we can hold up the IRS that's going to enforce this to say, come on, get a better idea. Why don't you just admit you're just trying to shill voluntary products and don't try to cover it up with some little tax scheme. So
no, it's very interesting because it does. It's about every year and a half. It comes back around. The client's been approached by it. Somebody brings it to our attention again. And we've always felt uncomfortable with it, not just from a compliance review, but just it didn't feel right.
Yeah. So there you go. There's our fun one for the month.
Well,
that is fun.
Well done.
Thank you, Brad.
Appreciate it very much, Brad. Thanks for joining us again for Bottom Line Thursday.
You're welcome.
We'll see you.
See you next time.
See you.
All right. Bye-bye.